Oh, hello. Hopefully people can now hear me that I haven't muted the mic. Just waiting for Dan because he needs a cup of coffee. So if people can't see stuff, please let me know or hear me. Then it'll make for a much less weird. Thank you, Ewan. Yeah.
Sorry, I missed the start of it.
No. We were doing the classic checking technology worked. The biggest issue we had was learning how to add another person to it because I'd never done that directly before. And basically, classic form, one thing meant that I couldn't hear Dan, even though he was talking and promised he was talking. So we solved that problem. But yeah, so we thought, again, much like we did for the August GT Gothic Game Ones last year, we thought we'd do something similar. And it's amazing how a year later I can still vaguely remember how to actually set this all up. So already, there's a third of people joining, so that's a good sign. So we will have a look at a couple of things, then we'll go through sort of pairings. There will be a few little bits chance. I do have access to the chat, so if people do have questions, I will try and keep my eye on that as well. I need like 4 more screens to be really efficient. So yes, Dan is using the most amazing microphone. This is where you notice the difference between a studio mic and a not studio mic. But it's fine. You can hear him.
As you might be able to see and hear, the studio space, or the half of the office at home that I'm allowed, is taken up by my other half, is a work in progress. So we do more of these, there'll be a better mic. Currently I'm sunning it a little bit. I don't have a coaster. I'll use this 2024-25 AOS Battle Tactics, because those are irrelevant now. That's the coaster for my coffee. So yes, apologies that my audio isn't great. I think this is maybe the third one of these ever I've done. So yeah, but if it goes well.
Yeah.
Any tech companies listening, want to send me a microphone, camera set up, then do that. That'd be great.
Yeah. So I have 7 printers running in the background, and no one's picked up on that yet. So right. So without further ado, obviously the event is coming very, very soon. There is a slight delay, so I'm sort of working between that and what's happening in the background. So it's a bit weird for me because I always forget that lag. Here we have our lovely, lovely meta. There is obviously quite a decent breakdown. Sadly, there are no Grey Knights, there are no Imperial Agents, there is no Death Watch. Otherwise, there is actually representation for every single faction, which is, quite nice. That there is, in a slightly interesting meta, we'll call it, there is still a nice breakdown of different armies available. So it's really nice that actually it isn't just 50 Imperial Knights and 50 Death Guard. So yeah. And then wonderfully, I did send this to Dan and then explain that there was the left column was the number of people and the right column was the percentage, which when there's 100 players is quite freaking obvious anyway, but just in case. But yeah, so there is a really nice spread, and just to upset Dan, I've left them there. I think Dan's added himself to the event just so that there was technically a Grey Knight list.
Okay, I added myself as like backup ringer, and the fact that I might be the only Grey Knight player, probably forever, or at least until 11th edition. Yeah. That's being said, that's a conversation for another day. So yes, I'm not planning to play. We do have ringers and backups for that, but if it needs to be, then yeah, I will run some ineffectual terminating people.
Yeah. I'm just, if Simone is there, I don't know. I have already packed the Hellions for you. They are packed, so you can stand down on the messaging me tomorrow, even though I asked you. But yeah, just a few lists that I was slightly intrigued by or saw that I quite liked. So the first one is Daniel's Imperium list. I had changed it to be a list for Astra Militarum. I've then flipped it back because of the fact that actually it is an Imperium army, because he has got a Warhound. That is literally the entire reason why that is there, because who doesn't love a Warhound? I'm looking forward to seeing it painted mostly. We then have Byron's Demons. I chose it mostly for the name of Monsters Incorporated. It has all the big guys that look cool. Is mostly the reason there. Chris Rowlands. We've got the Space Wolves, which is the Saga of the Beast Slayer, because again you have a big blob of Blood Claws, which I've really enjoyed running. A Wolf Priest, which is a really cool new little model. Logan, Arjak, basically all the named characters, bar Ulrich, which is a bit sad. There was that chance to have every single named character, and he went for a Wolf Priest instead of Ulrich, which is basically the same one. Dan has evaporated for some reason. There we go, he's back again. So that was a slight shame that that disappeared. But we then have Doug Zeldari. We have the Spirit Conclave, which is again one of my favourite sort of list archetypes in terms of having a lot of wraiths, with there being 20 Wraith Guards / Wraith Blades total, and then my terrible spelling of Rahar Lord, but there being the Wraith Lords. Then we have the Black Templars, which is just a very nice classic Templars list, but with 2 Redeemer, they're called Land Raiders, so that's great. And finally, we then have Simon, who is going to be breaking his back trying to move 1 million different cultists across the board, as well as 2 lots of Nemesis Claws, so no one gets to do their strats. Is Dan still in his submarine?
No, I was sort of listening. No, you said that I was going to 2 Redeemers. If you're going to take 2 Redeemers, I think CW layouts are the layout for that. I know they can struggle on some other layouts, so I know that was a conscious decision on the player to break that list. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it. When you look forward to seeing on the receiving end of 2 Redeemers.
Yeah.
Also, the Warhounds. I mean, we'll get a spot prize. I don't know what it will be, but you know me, I love big, silly, stupid models. So absolutely, yeah, hit the Warhound.
It's definitely the biggest model. It's going to be there, so that's good. They also just look really cool, I think.
Yeah, it's dream. Obviously, we need to get ahead of ourselves, but at some point down the line, there's Alex locally also has, I think, Chaos Warhound Titan. Are we getting closer and closer to the day we see 2 Warhound Titans square off in the tournament game?
What, to have the award for the quickest ever event where you have 2 different Titans going off against each other in 20 minutes?
Amazing.
It will be.
That's children's dream. But eventually, we just whittle it down. And keep picking up, just given that spot prizes with big stupid models, and eventually we will get Warhammer versus Warhammer.
Exactly. What's really helpful is when you close a screen by accident. So, yeah, I'm hoping that the stream's still running, because I have no idea now. It should still be running. But yeah, so that was the main thing. In terms of one other thing, just before we sort of move to pairings, there is going to be a, when I can find the right bloody screen, there it is. There it will be a raffle, which I will be running just purely for the opportunity to win either Games Workshop style terrain that will be in use on every table at the event, or WTC terrain if you're preparing for the teams event, which is coming up in November with already 26 teams. It'll be £1.50 a ticket, or £5 for £5, card only, or exact cash, because I don't have any change. You could win a multicolour set of GW or WTC in your style of choice and colours, and then there's 2 times second prize for a monocoloured variant. And yeah, just obviously, no matter how many people enter, there will still be that available. If only one person signs up, then you get a terrain set for £1.50. Well done, you. So, Dan, have you got the pairings open so that you are able to launch the pairings? I was going to say we start with the RTT first.
No, I've done the opposite. Starting with the major because it's the loading time. As is tradition, for a large event, BCP has undergone a big change. Functionally, so far it's the same app. A little peek behind the curtain. So typically, when we use big events, both James and I have access to it. I've got that level of BCP where I can do that. However, for the last couple of weeks, clearly linking into I don't know if it's to do with the link with my one or whatever it is, but that functionality has been limited. So James has some functionality with BCP as it stands for TO for the big event, and none for the RTT at the moment. BCP are on it, but they did apologise for a delay. It can escalate all the way up to KC, no KC, probably not. But yeah, so I thought we would do. Right, would you like to do the RTT first?
If you're on that one, I can very quickly switch to that. There we go, it's ready.
Right. Now I'm getting that. This should be straightforward. He says, live. How many people are watching me score on my phone right now? Because obviously I can't see into the chat or anything like that. I can only see James's beautiful face.
And also the pairings page. Where are they?
Right. Wait a minute. Right. So we will check them all players.
That's the step one.
So I'll check them in. Cross fingers for an even number of checked in players, at which point we'll either activate the ringer or boot him.
Yeah. Which is always the way when you forget to accidentally drop yourself when you set up the event and go to pairings.
Tom, I don't know, presumably some of you watching this will know who Tom is, but if you don't, he's our stalwart, our ringer, our dog's body. Alright, okay. We will then go, right, we have an even number. So, pairings are about to go live. Checking everyone in. Well, I'm not checking everyone in.
It's doing that first thing.
It's wanting to do the, would I set a timer up? I never set a timer. Oh god. That's a new thing. Right, okay. I've started the tournament.
Hey, there we go.
You'll be able to see them. Now, stress, obviously, these are tentative. So, all kinds of things can happen between now and Friday. But this is how it stands. Any standout pairings to you?
I don't know. I've only got to table 11. I was looking to see, do we have any mirror matches? Oh, there is almost a mirror match of Knights versus Knights on table 17. Otherwise, there is a lot of variety, which is good. There's a lot less Death Guard
I
on the
do
Friday.
see currently you are on table 16 playing Necrons. That won't be you. That'll be Tom.
No, that will not be me.
That'll be
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if whether Vivek, because at my one of my last events that he came to, we ended up playing because I was a stand-in. So I don't know whether he's happy to dodge a rematch or not. But yes, we'll be swapping in, so that's fine. Also, I will update we'll get them updated, sorry, for mystery missing factions, because it's nice to know what you're playing against. Oh, Danny, you're also in as well. Oh, let's dance. No. Oh, he meant to say Darren. Oliver misspoke. No. I did really enjoy playing Vivek, Oliver.
You can tell which of the two events is the one that James has had no input into admin, and the one is where I've been responsible for all of you.
Well, mostly because, and it's a running joke, Darren always forgets to put in his team. So at one of the events he went to recently, him and Laurie got to play against each other because they forgot and got that wonderful round 1 pairing. So, we're not going to go through every single pairing because that will take hours, but they are now live for the RTT. I'll be interested to see what it looks like round 2. But genuinely, is there no Death Guard on the RTT? Is it?
There will be because.
Oh, there'll be one because Tom. Oh, that meta chaser.
I've created a monster. It's tired. And you know what? So we ended up playing each other at the last Gothic Games RTT. He was using World Eaters in just my nice full first time I took Quins in 10th, fewer Quins. He battered me. I think he's got a taste of blood now. Unless he's been playing Possum the whole time, and he's going to take the whole thing on the weekend. And I'm going to have to pay for his flight to Atlanta. That's awkward.
Yeah. So, we are now ready to do the major, the one that the 46 people, half of the event, are waiting for.
Let's see if we can get it to 50. He says while he's going into the actual one. Oh, nice. Nice event.
There you go, Oliver. You can reply to your heart's content now.
Any personal questions on the chat that we want to take before I...
No, we had one about clocks, which we're not providing them, but they are opt-out. So again, to make sure that everyone gets an even play time, they are sort of there and available. You can get an app if you don't own one. Google Play and the Apple Store have an abundance of different ones that you can download to use for that function. But again, myself and Danny are on hand to make sure things are running smoothly.
Yeah, there will be timers and reminders as well.
And then Matt Parsons is doing an Invader Zim reference.
Right. So I'm just playing around with the ringer. With an active 98 players.
Mm-hmm.
That should include any of us. So yeah, sorry Tom, you're not playing the main event in the meantime. Right. Pairings. Oh.
Excellent, Blonde Demon. I mean, I don't know where you're from, but there are lots of events all over Kent that obviously you can join into. There is the Team Hive Mind Discord, which is quite useful if you're looking for what events are on, or to annoy the TOs and ask them lots of questions.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, quite useful. So pairings, are they now live? Ooh. How many mirror matches?
Scroll down. So all the Death Guard are playing each other.
No, you've got James again after the RTT has then got a mirror match for round 1 of the main event as well.
Nice. I mean, we could potentially look to spot that for the RTT. It's very casual. And again, with the RTT as well, obviously I'm not running this by James, but if you'd rather avoid playing someone you travel with because you can play them all the time, you want to play fresh opponents on the Friday. Again, there's no prizes for the Friday. Oh,
there's trophies and things. We might look at it because we've very graciously been given a fair few things by Chaos Cards and Element Games, so we'll have a review Friday morning while we're setting up, and we'll have a look at what is available, shall we say.
Yeah.
So there are a total of 49 tables. There is, I haven't seen any Death Guard mirror matches.
No, I like to look at table 25, which is Ethan. I hope Ethan is watching this. Sorry,
but there's Dark Angels.
Dark Angels versus Death Guard.
There you go. Oh, he's practicing that tonight. There you go.
Yeah. Got the classic Twilight matchup on table 27, Blood Angels versus Space Wolves.
Yes.
No, I can't see any.
No. The only mirror match is an Imperial Knights versus Chaos Knights.
That's cool.
Yeah.
They might have different things on that, but I think that's cool.
They might also be looking to get an early lunch, because it's always nice. It's the one advantage of playing nights at events, which I haven't done since the changes, because you do get a bit more free time. But yeah, so that is sort of the two main pairings there. If there are any further questions, obviously if you sort of email us via events at gothicgamescanterbury.com.
Yes.
Yep. Or contact at voidstormgames.co.uk. Again, all of that information is in the end of the pack for how to contact. So that is the easiest way.
Rules and questions towards James. He's the chief TO for this. I despite appearances, I'm a relatively confident TO. I've TO'd quite a large number of large events. But obviously with such a large number of people, those that maybe need to be seen as well, we thought it was important consistency for it. If you've ever been to a lot of games event, they tend to be a bit more relaxed, a little bit more casual. So just to ensure, I suppose, for want of the best term, competitive consistency across the event, James is the CEO. I'll be there to pretend I know what I'm doing. Really, I'm just reading off an app. That's all CEO is for me. Also,
that's pretty much it.
Players as well. There is an AOS. The AOS pairings I'll do tomorrow. Obviously, there's a smaller number of players, significantly smaller number of players. Means any drops are going to have more of a significant impact. So I'd rather do that nearer to the event. But if anyone's got any questions, don't hesitate to fire me a message. We'll probably send out a final email just to everyone tomorrow. Just to have some additional information, just sort of to match that parking. But essentially, it is free parking for the entire weekend. And yeah, really excited to be putting on a really big event. Really excited to hear your thoughts. Thank you as well for all the support. Obviously, sounds gross to be talking about August 2026, but there is tickets available for that. I suppose we'll have a captive audience. I've got a couple of RTTs coming up. Oh, as well, this will kind of be the official start of the KTC season. It has started because there's been a South Coast event and some pipeline events. Obviously, with a view, so the current KTC season will conclude next August with the next major for those that applies to. So if you've got any questions about that, problem with the Discord. But otherwise, I think that's that. Hopefully, if you see the space again, it'll be a little more camera ready. And I have a better mic, so I don't sound like I'm
underwater. Yeah. It is.
Cool.
Yeah, it's one of those. the prizes, Finn, for last season are not happening this weekend. They're a watch this space and find out soon sort of thing.
Yeah, tentatively, and I say that very tentatively, hoping to have in time for the LGT. I think a lot of the faction winners will be at the LGT, or if not, local enough that we can sort that out. Just again, from my perspective, work has been very busy. And it's been a particularly hard, challenging couple of terms, really since January. Yeah, some exciting news on that front later on. But right now, focus is on this weekend, making sure everyone has a great time. And yeah, any questions again? Any more questions in that chat, James, that I can't see?
No, not currently. That was the last one. Mostly people hoping that you make it out from underwater.
Oh, good. What about like? Oh, here we go.
Exactly.
Oh, tempting. Just go viral. Maybe
Right.
today. Maybe next stream.
Yeah, right. Thanks all. Gonna